Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are jumping into Reverse 1999 because they just came out with a major new update. This is update version 1.3, Journey to More Honk. Now, I've actually been playing this game for a couple of weeks and I've been wanting to do a first impressions gameplay video for it because honestly, this is probably hands down my favorite gacha game I've played in a really long time. Like, I love everything about this game. The art style, the music, the character designs, everything looks absolutely incredible. But I wanted to wait till like a new major update kind of came out before I actually jumped in and did sort of a first impressions gameplay video. But I also want to talk about the new event update, the new massive update that they just dropped, version 1.3. They just got done with version 1.2, which was actually the reason why I jumped into the game in the first place. I'm a huge fan of like the whole 1980s style horror movies, theme going on. I loved it. I jumped in the game, got absolutely addicted to the game, and now they've got this new major update, and I figured let's go in, let's jump in, let's talk about it, whether or not I think this game's worth playing. Yes, it is. I'm just going to get it out there. I think this game is definitely worth playing. I do have basically one gripe with the game that is an issue that I hope they eventually end up fixing, which we'll get into in just a little bit later. But with the new update that just came out, and with any update, basically any major event update that this game comes out with, I think they kind of knock it out of the park. This is hands down probably the best gacha game that I've played in a long time in terms of how incredible their events are and their updates are. The amount of content that they come out with is absolutely insane. Okay, this major update, the Journey to More Honk, this is only part one of like a 2 or 3 part update release that's going to be happening over the next month and a half. For this first update release, they've got this whole new story event that you can play through, which is what I'm currently showing you right now. They've got like a extra kind of side story event that you can play through, which is a completely different gameplay mechanic than the one that they had in the previous 1.2 update. There's a lot of stuff to already play through. They've got new cosmetics, they've got new summons, they've got new like login rewards and stuff. This is a great time to jump into the game if you've never actually played it prior. If you've never played it before, this is a really good time to jump in because there's just so much stuff that this game is offering right now. So I'm just kind of showing you a little bit of the overall the gameplay and stuff currently right now with the new update. This is a new story event that you're gonna be playing through. If you've been playing the game for a while, you'll be able to get through a lot of the early, like mainly through the story stuff pretty darn quickly. It doesn't take very long to actually get into the story mechanics for any of the new major updates that they have coming out into the game. However, later in the month, they will have some more kind of end game style progression for people that have been playing the game for a long time. So let's go ahead. I'm actually just going to skip through the story right now. Though I will say the story in this game is fantastic. Basically everything I've seen so far looks really good. So they've got, this is the new, like I said, the new story mode that you can end up going through and playing through. They've got more content coming out in 6 days. It's not something that you can necessarily just like knock out all in one day. They release the update kind of generally over time. Along with this update, they've got a new gift shop of Kubera. With the gift shop, they've got a whole bunch of awesome progression materials that you can get. You get unilogs, which is the summoning tickets. They've got a new, I can't remember what these are called. Basically, this is like the new equipment that you can get into the game. The sight cubes. That's what they're called. This new specialized equipment that you can, you can put onto your characters to increase the overall stats and abilities. This one gives critical hit rate increase 16%, as well as ultimate might plus 16%. And then if they have at least 4 Moxie in the round, this effect increases up to 24%. So great for characters that have really powerful, damaging ultimate abilities. So that's what the gift shop's kind of going on right now. There's a couple of other items that you can use to unlock specifically cosmetics for your wilderness. I probably won't get into the wilderness in this video, but if you've been playing the game, kind of cool that I really do like these, the whole kind of customization thing. I'm actually sad I wasn't able to get a lot of the cosmetics for the previous one because you could basically customize your overall wilderness to look like a 1980s slasher themed summer camp. The 2 events that are currently going on right now with the rest of the events, or at least the next phase of the events locking in 20 days, is the Between Dust and Stars and the Home Practice. Between Dust and Stars is kind of like a fun little side event, kind of a side story thing that you can play through. I'm going to go ahead and just skip this real quick, because I want to show you the actual kind of gameplay mechanics. This one, you have a total of 30 focus, or a certain amount of focus for each one of these stages that you go down on. But basically, what you're going to do is you're moving through, and there's certain obstacles and stuff. Oh no, look at that. The shadow is coming up on us. So I basically have to try and collect the rest of these, the rest of the events, the sealed areas, or the artifacts, whatever this game has right now, these items. I have to unlock that, make sure the shadow doesn't kill me. You kind of go through. I know it's not like crazy impressive, but I do think this is kind of a little bit of a fun, mini game to kind of play through. I'm gonna go ahead and skip past that. I'm not gonna jump into this. I'll probably play that a little bit later. And then we got the home practice event. This is a really cool event, especially for new players, because you get to see a lot of different characters in the game. Right now, we've got currently 3 trials that we can play through: the critical hit trial, the poisoning trial, and the shielding trial. Each one of these trials has a specific gameplay mechanic associated with them. For instance, the critical hit trial has a 100% increase to critical damage that you're going to be playing through. They're going to give you a bunch of characters for free. You're going to play through it, try to complete it. Once you complete it, you get free premium currency, items to increase the power of your characters, and then the in-game currencies that you can help to increase the characters as well. You've got a normal and a hard mode. You have to complete the normal before you complete the hard mode, and you can go through, you can complete all of these, and they're just like, again, little tiny side missions you can do. You can see a whole bunch of the characters in the game, including some of the new characters. Shemaine is actually one of the newest characters, and I'm going to talk about the new characters now and kind of go over them briefly. Right now, Shemaine isn't available in the game. He will be available after, I think, in about 20 days. He's going to be on another summoning banner. But the new characters all have pretty interesting mechanics behind them. First, let's go ahead and take a look at his Inheritance of Wisdom ability. So at Insight 1, for each stat down status on the target, the attack enjoys damage increased by 8%, max to 24%. When the caster enters battle, gain 5 stacks of Nature's Blessing. Now, each of the new characters have their own kind of specialized buffs that really change the overall kind of, like, the overall strategy that you're going to be playing with that specific character. For this one, this is Nature's Blessing. After casting the ultimate, spend up to 5 stacks of this status, spend all stacks of less than 5, and gain an equal number of Moxie. I just want to talk about that one first. There's more interesting mechanics, I believe, with the other characters than this guy, but let's go ahead and talk about his different abilities. First one is Spirit Medium. At the maximum level, it's a mass debuff. Damage taken by enemies increases by 30%, and Reality Defense and Mental Defense is decreased by 15% for all enemies rounds. The next one is called Apprentice's Dance. At the max, you have 1 target attack, deals 500 reality damage, and grants the caster 1 stack of Nature's Blessing, which we already talked about. And the ultimate ability, Edict of Atman. Mass attack deals 300 reality damage to all enemies. This attack enjoys critical rate at 100%. Now, excess critical rate is converted to critical damage and deals an additional 250 reality damage to the main target. That is a massive amount of damage. Very, very cool. Very interesting. Basically, this is a character that's pretty straightforward. Build his critical rate and critical damage. Very, very cool. So yeah, Shemaine, he is not out in the game just yet, but he will be coming out in about 20 days or so. Let's go ahead and talk about the other ones as well. They do have 2 special banners going on right now. The Focus of Light banner, which actually came out, I think, 2 days ago. I'm not going to get into this one just yet, but the focus of the banner really is Centurion. She's a great looking character. But let's go to That Steady Evening Star with the 2 new characters that are available in the game right now. Kala Bauna, hopefully I said that right, and Kanjira. So the 6-star one is Kala Bauna. Now, Shemaine is 6-star too, but again, like I said, he's not going to be coming out for a while. Let's talk about their inheritance first, because the inheritance for this character is called, so it's called Star Bending, and it actually plays into the abilities pretty drastically. So once you reach Insight 1 to claim, when the planet is removed, now planet is a specialized buff that the character will apply to herself that kind of changes the way that her abilities use. So it gains 1 of the following effects based off on the type of planet removed. So Saturn Divination, Mars Divination, or Full Moon Divination. That's the only one I kind of want to talk about as of right now. The rest of it kind of goes into a little bit more detail. But let's go ahead and take a look at these ones right here. So Mythical Meteor at the maximum. Mass attack damage, deals 335 mental damage to 2 enemies. After active casting, gains 3 Mars stacks, 3 Mars buffs that grant leech rate plus 6% each. Up to 3 planets can be carried. That includes the planets for the other buffs as well. Now, the planets Saturn, Mars, and Full Moon are planets, and they share the same limit, which is 3. Planet effects are stackable and cannot be dispelled. And we go ahead and take a look at the Star Bending ability. When you go and take a look at we're going to talk about this now, is the Saturn Divination, Mars Divination, and Full Moon Divination. Oh, according to these abilities, when you activate them, you get the Mars, the Saturn, or the Moon buff. But once they're removed, they're replaced with sort of a higher, basically almost like a doubling advantage of the previous one. You've got the Saturn Divination Penetration Rate plus 12%, Mars Divination Leech Rate plus 12%, and Full Moon Divination Incantation Might plus 12%, and then Empower Incantation 2. When a round begins, 2 of these random incantations gain 1 star. So the Mars, Saturn, and the Full Moon all gain one random. One of them gets a random stack increase to it. So it's really interesting to kind of go through. These are specialized buffs that the character's going to have. You're going to want to kind of play with them, use them in certain orders and stuff, and basically focus on which buff you have currently activated so that you can use it. If you need the leech rate, I don't know why I can't say that. If you need a leech rate, pay attention to which buff that she currently has activated. But let's go ahead and finish it off with the ultimate perfection, ultimate ability. One target attack after removing all of your planets deals 600% mental damage and gains 2 full moon stacks. That grant incantation might plus 6%. Up to 3 planets can be carried. Like I said, if you have this activated, and then once you go ahead and use when the planet is removed, gains 1 of the following effects, you can gain the full moon divination. You're gonna have to go back. I think you have to go back through basically. I don't think it removes it after activating cast. Gains 1 Saturn that grants penetration rate. I believe once it goes through, you have to use the ultimate perfection to basically remove any planet effects. So in order to get the one for the full moon, you're gonna have to use the ultimate ability twice. I love her. I think she looks great. Kala Bauna. I think she's an amazing character. We are gonna do at least one summon for her today. I should have enough currency for that. And then Kanjira is the other character. Again, oh my gosh, the art style in this game looks so good. So let's talk off with the Inheritance Seasoned Wanderer. When a round starts, performs 1 divination and acquires each of these every round in the sequence provided. So first round, she gets the Emerald Fortune. Next round, she gets the Pearl Fortune, and then the next round, Agate Fortune, and then it cycles from there. Now, if you look down here, the Emerald Fortune enhances her first. I believe it's the first one. Let's see. Hey Punji. Oh no, Hey Punji is the second one. So let's go back. Enhances Hey Punji. The next one, Pearl Fortune, enhances O Divination, and then Agate Fortune enhances Song of Wandering. So with her specific style of gameplay, you're going to want to pay attention to which buff she currently has activated, but you know which of your specific abilities will get the increased effect. So, for example, Hey Punji, 1 target attack, deals 450% mental damage and inflicts poison status on the target for 2 rounds. When a round ends, it deals caster attack damage 30% of Genesis damage. If the caster has the buff Emerald Fortune status, then inflicts 1 additional poison status of the same type to the target. And then with the first one, O Divination, 1 target attack deals 500% mental damage. If the caster is in Pearl Fortune status, inflicts 1 additional stack of Confusion. And then with the final ability, Song of Wandering, mass attack deals 300% mental damage to all enemies. This attack enjoys ultimate might plus 10%. Now, if the caster is in the Agate Fortune, or Agate, I think it's Agate Fortune status, gains additional ultimate might plus 15%. Very cool. I like abilities that make you have to kind of pay attention. There's a lot of stages in this game where you do need to actually pay attention to what you're doing, or you're gonna fail those stages. Auto combat is great for grinding, but there's a lot of stages and a lot of gameplay in this game that you're actually going to have to focus and actually play the game, which I love. So let's go ahead, let's end this video with a 10-time summon for the That Steady Evening Star. I don't have that much premium currency, and this kind of leads me into what I said before, the one gripe that I have with this game. This is literally the only gripe that I have, is not necessarily the premium currency, it's the energy system in the game. I don't really mind energy systems in the game as long as they're well balanced. In this one, they barely give you anything. I feel like I'll play the game for like 30 minutes and then almost completely run out of energy and then just can't play the game anymore. I have to wait till the next day. It really stinks. Now, there are ways to go through and kind of maximize your energy every single day, but I wish what they would do, and honestly, the only thing that they really realistically have to do is at least go into, if we go ahead and take a look at the resources page for the one that I'm at right now, this takes 22 energy. Just decrease that a little bit. I can only run the stage 3 times today. That's it, and I'd be out of energy and there'd be nothing else I could do. So yeah, that's my only gripe with the game. I wish that they would improve the energy system. I want to play this game a lot more, but I run out of energy so fast. So let's go ahead. We're going to do our 10-time summon. I don't expect us to get crazy lucky, but who knows? Confirm. And spin the wheel. Ooh. Come on, 6-star. Holy crap, if we get her in the first pull, that would be insane. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Did we get her? I can't remember if she, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that we actually got her. Holy crap, that was crazy. Okay, well, that's fantastic. Okay, 5-star. If we got Kanjira, I would probably lose my mind. Okay, I was about to have a heart attack for a second. Okay, Baby Blue, 2 brand new characters and a couple of duplicates. Ooh, actually, I've got a couple of characters I really like. I like DK. She's the one that I just put on the main screen. She looks fantastic. I love her overall theme and style, as well as X, but Kala, Bauna, awesome. Okay, we're probably going to have to do a video in just a little bit. I'm going to go through and probably try to power up as far as I possibly can, just to see if she's a good character. In fact, what I kind of want to do is I'll probably go through and swap out her and have her as like the main character on my screen. I don't know why my character's not showing up right now. Maybe it's a little bit of a glitch, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more Reverse 1999 videos, let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff, because honestly, I would love to make videos for this game. Absolutely love this game. Guys, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.